I'm going to be honest. There are times in my life that if somebody told me to pray about my problem, I would want to die. Not because I don't believe in prayer. It's just I need help right now. I need it right this very second. It's not that I don't believe God couldn't do it and help me, because I know this passage is true. This is where the fellowship of people comes in. There's been times that my car has broken down and I had to call someone to come help me. And I called somebody that I know would help me. A friend. A lot of times it was always my dad. My dad tried to teach me how to work on cars, but he always told me there's going to come a time when I won't be able to help you and you're going to have to do some of this on your own. I still call him. And I'll tell him what I'm facing, what the problem is over the phone. He'll go, okay, we'll try this. Or try that. Okay, Dad, how do you put rear brakes on a car again? That's a little, well, hit this. And he'll walk me through it. And then I'm able to go through what I'm facing. And I'm just going to kind of throw this out here because, I believe it and it's something that I want to be true. That real life church can be a place where people can count on each other. And we've already experienced that. I've experienced it with some of the people we've already connected with. And I would love for you to experience the same thing. That, we may not be able to fix all your problems. We may not be able to take care of every stressful thing in your life, but at least you'll know that we're here, and we're here to help. Not just, okay, let's have church on Sunday. I'm as concerned about what happens between Monday and Saturday as I am on Sunday. Now, Sundays may not always be our most stressful day. Sometimes we get Sunday off, right? I'm living it up. Football's going full speed right now. You got college football on Saturday. Sunday's a great day. That may not be always my stressful point. What happens on Tuesday? Know that you can call. You can not only call on God, but you can call on me. And you can call on us, and we'll be there to help. Finally, number 3. Last one. Open your hand and let it go. The first 2 points have dealt with actual physical stresses, emotional stresses that you're facing today. This last one is a little bit different. My last problem, a suitcase. Thankfully this is empty because I can actually lift it. If it wasn't empty, I would be able to sling it around here. The nice thing about this suitcase is this has survived a trip to Kazakhstan, and it's also survived another trip to Korea. It's almost gone all the way around the world, but I went one way one time and I went the other way the next time, so it's not exactly the same. We found out, just a little bit of our personal story. April got a burden to adopt our oldest daughter from Kazakhstan. Anybody know where Kazakhstan is? Do you know where it's at?
Correct.
Close. It's in the Middle East. You find Russia and you go south. Or the easiest way is to find China, because we kind of all know where China is with the Olympics, and you go west. We actually flew in to a city called Almaty, which was right on the Chinese border, and then Dina was actually from a city right in the middle of the country. We found out, okay, you're going to be there 6-7 weeks. You can take 2 suitcases. Exactly. So I did the logical thing. I found 2 pair of pants and figured my third change of clothes would be what I wore. I packed 2 shirts. My third shirt would be the shirt that I wore. Socks, underwear, all the thing. And I kind of packed up my suitcase, and I had it about half full. And then I said, well, I need to put in a few things here and there, things I might need. April took her suitcase and had it completely full. And it did not have a speck of clothes in it. It had snacks, it had potato chips, it had... Because a friend of hers told her to take food, because, you may not like what they serve there. We didn't have it. Last McDonald's we saw was in Germany, all that kind of stuff. And so she starts using my suitcase. And the problem was, we flew in on a major airline into Kazakhstan, but when we had to fly to Dina City, it was a little puddle jump. A little two-prop airplane. And you get out there and you find all the luggage for the group of people. There was 5 families of us, all from the States. You find all of our luggage in a big pile, and they say, well, you got to get that up on the plane. And so you get it up, and all they had was a little section about this big for all the luggage, and we started asking, well, what do you do with everything else? Well, you just put it in the seats. And then you sit down, and you get ready to buckle up, because nobody speaks a word of English, but you know what you need to do. And I find out my seat buckle don't work. And so I just tied it. And I had a 2-hour flight with a stewardess, and I kid you not, there was 2 seats on one side, 2 on the other, and you felt like you were hunkered in, and the stewardess was still trying to push a cart up and down the aisle, and I'm thinking about my luggage and my baggage, and how am I going to lug all of my stuff around, all of April's stuff around, because I had no idea where I was going. And you know what? Our stress is like that. It's like a big suitcase full of all of our junk in our life, and we drag it around with us. And you know what? What we got to do is we just got to let it go. How many in here want to change something in your past? I do. But you know what? I can't do it. One of the funniest clips that I thought about using this morning was from the movie Napoleon Dynamite. Anybody seen it? Got the guy wishing that he could build a time machine and go back so his high school football coach would put him in the 4th quarter because it would have changed his life. We have that sometimes. We wish we could go back, but we can't. You know what? I can't carry luggage around about tomorrow. I can't be worried about where I'm going or what's going to happen next week, next month, or next year. All I've got is today. And you know what? All I need to get by with today is what I've got on. So I need to just let it go. It doesn't matter. Now, oh, I know. Jay, you don't know what I'm facing. You don't know my life. You can't say it doesn't matter. You're right. It does matter. But you know what? If we hold on to it and let it ruin us, let it destroy us, we should have just let it go. Look at this last passage of Scripture, and this is the most important passage. It comes from John chapter 14, verse 27. Jesus is actually speaking here. This is from the Gospels. And he says, I am leaving you with a gift. A gift. I kind of like gifts. Birthday, Christmas. That's great. But look at the gift. Peace of mind and heart. What does it mean if we don't have stress? It's this. Peace of mind and heart. What does it mean if I've got no worries, no problem? Peace of mind and heart. And the peace I get isn't like the peace the world gives. So don't be troubled or afraid. If you've ever had a sleepless night, if you've ever worried about how you're going to make ends meet, or if you do like I do sometimes, you worry about, are my kids going to grow up and be all right? Or are they going to be like me? You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.